Since the MK11 critique is taking a very long time to make due to the sheer length of the thing, I figure a little preview might be a nice way to tide you guys over until it's done. And with Diego Rivera's Spawntember now on and featuring other YouTubers you may have heard of, I figured I'd get in on the festivities too and show you guys the small segment of the critique where I discuss Spawn's inclusion in the game, right after I discuss my own limited history with Spawn. My first exposure to Spawn was his inclusion in the Xbox version of Soul Calibur 2, where he's pretty cool but not as well depicted as MK11's version. MK11 did pay homage to Spawn's original fighting game appearance though.
You've been to other dimensions.
Each has had its own injustices.
Maybe that's why my soul still burns.
I even made a variation inspired by SC2 in MK11 using his alternate costume from SC2 as a base. The others are the basic gunslinger with a focus on guns, a Shield IDU inspired one with a focus on his chains, and MK's own meat as some kind of vigilante anti-hero because why not? I've always found his casting amusing because Kevin Michael Richardson was cast as Spawn in Soul Calibur and Namco's other project, Spawn Armageddon. This amuses me because my first exposure to both Richardson and Keith David was in Halo 2, where they portrayed Tartarus and Arbiter respectively. It's like Soul Calibur and MK Spawn are talking to each other.
Put down the icon. Put it down. And disobey the hierarchs?
And Richardson's also voiced a few characters in MK like Goro and Cabal, just had to mention that. I've also seen the movie, which was about what one would expect from an adaptation of the time. Michael Jai White was good in it, and would later go on to play Jax in MK Rebirth and Legacy. Shame MK11 didn't reference that in its intros. I also own the MK11 Spawn figure by McFarlane Toys, and Todd, if you're watching this, and you probably are since there's not been much non-comic Spawn media since 2003, please make it easier to get a hold of normal Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage. I don't want the goddamn orange and blue Sub-Zero, nor to pay like 70 quid to some scalper on eBay for Johnny Cage. I just want the normal version, so please, Todd, do me this solid and I'll declare Spawn the greatest fictional character of all time. I think Spawn is really starving for a good modern adaptation, be it as some new HBO Max show, a movie, or just a fun hack and slash game. Yes, on the surface he does seem like a very basic edgelord with his extreme violence and constant swearing, at least in MK11.
Today's the day, skullfucker.
But there really is a tragic story underneath it all which could easily make for some compelling storytelling. I mean, there are clear similarities with MK's Scorpion, whom you must imagine keeps getting the spotlight in adaptations at least partially because of his story. I'm sure Spawn's up near the top of most comic fans' lists of R-rated superhero movies they want to see made. Hopefully through his appearances in other franchises and even through Spawntember content, Spawn can get more mainstream exposure and eventually get a new adaptation that's not just declared to be in the works by Todd with no further development, but that actually sees release. Be sure to check out Diego's Spawntember videos and those of the other channels taking part, like Panels for Pixels and Matt Draper. And if there's not enough Spawn content for you there, Diego has done other Spawn content in the past, so go check that out too. And now for the critique segment. Keep in mind that this is still subject to change by the final release. Enjoy. The final character of this set was Spawn from Spawn, making him the second character to appear in both MK and Soul Calibur. The contrast is shocking since the tech is now there to render Spawn's cape and the effect is genuinely fantastic. Combine that with Vice President Keith fucking David reprising the role from the animated series and some decent costumes, Spawn is probably the highlight of the entire pack, and I'm not even a Spawn fan. Conversely, the accompanying costume pack was fucking wank. Unpainted Kotal with hair, another standard outfit for Eren, Jackie as Spawn with a mouth so it looks weird, instead of at least basing it on a canonical female counterpart of Spawn, and Jackie as Ellen Ripley even though Alien isn't in this game. The highlight was definitely that one time someone got mad about the jumpsuit having an orange alternate that they then connected to prison jumpsuits and got triggered because it's on a black character. Now that was hilarious.